Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, open enrollment is ongoing for Medicare. We've signed on to help you sign up. Then, not ready to bow out of an active lifestyle? There's an organization that wants to cast you in a recurring role of helping others. We'll explain. Thankfully, there's still time to restyle your smile before wishing everyone a happy new year. Plus, we've made a doctor's appointment to check up on the latest health news and what you must do if you were denied Medicaid.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Medicare open enrollment is almost over. Still perplexed by the process? Rick Dunlap is here with help and hints to make signing up simple. Rick is the CEO of United Healthcare, Medicare, and Retirement in Ohio. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much for the invitation.
Well, timing is everything, right? So why is this time frame particularly important for baby boomers and seniors?
Oh, it's extremely important because it's that one time each year when everybody can actually go out and they can evaluate the plans that they have, what works for them, what's not, and make changes. And so they've got until December 7th to make those changes.
Okay, so do you have to make changes?
You don't have to make changes if you don't want to, but I highly recommend that everybody take a look at the plans that they've got because things may have changed.
Okay, so there's a lot of considerations, a lot of different details on all these plans. So do you have any advice on making it easier for our viewers?
Oh, absolutely. Start with don't panic. This is an opportunity. This is a great time of the year. But what people should do is we send out annual notices of coverage in September. Take a look at that and make sure the plan that you've got works for you. Take a look at the budget, make sure that your budget hasn't changed, make sure the plan hasn't changed in terms of its costs. But the one that I think is probably most important is take a look and see if the plan's helping you meet your health goals. Because right now, Medicare Advantage plans, we have an army of people who are focused on helping individuals get all the benefits they deserve.
Memberships to gyms and all that kind of thing.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, so we have, with a Medicare Advantage plan, you've got all of your inpatient coverage and outpatient coverage that's part of original Medicare. With the United Healthcare Medicare AARP Complete, we've got pharmacy included, we've got the Silver Sneakers gym membership, we've got vision, we've got dental, and we've got a hearing aid benefit that's really second to none in the market.
All right, well, you mentioned original Medicare, so tell us about the parts of original Medicare that we're starting from.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the alphabet soup of Medicare. So we've got Medicare, original Medicare would be Medicare Part A and Part B, and Part A covers your inpatient services, which would be inpatient hospital, skilled nursing facilities. Part B would be your physician expenses or outpatient durable medical equipment. That's the original. And then Part D came along a number of years ago that's helping to offset expenses associated with pharmaceuticals and medications. And then my favorite, which is Part C, Medicare Advantage, which covers all of those in one package.
So is that really the advantage to Medicare Advantage, that you've got this broad range of choices and all the extra bells and whistles that come with that?
You played right into that. Of course it is. It's one-stop shopping. So many consumers and 1 out of 3 consumers in the United States, Medicare beneficiaries, has a Medicare Advantage plan. 17 million people, and the numbers are growing quickly because they like the convenience and the extra benefits that are offered with a Medicare Advantage plan.
Does it cost more?
No, it doesn't. So there are a whole variety of benefits and at different cost points. And with United Healthcare Medicare Advantage, we've got 3 different options in every market that we're in around the state. And with those different options, you've got different prices, different benefit levels. And so what we believe in is choice, choice, choice.
Okay. It's an important decision for our folks. So where can people go to learn even more than what you were able to tell us today?
Oh, boy. So there is a whole host of information that's out there. So Medicare.gov obviously will cover a great deal of that information. We, and I personally favor uhcmedicareplans.com, which will give you insights into our plans. There's a lot of educational content there as well. We have an 800 number established, so an individual who has questions or would like to talk to an agent could call 1-800-753-4167. I think it's on the screen.
It is on the screen,
So we've got that, and so again, I would step up and make those phone calls and ask questions. Do online searches.
Great information. So when it comes to Medicare, you can be choosy, but you do have to make a choice. Use Rick's tips to pick the best plan for you before the enrollment period ends. Need more help? Use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Rick for his excellent enrollment advice.
Hey, thank you very much.
For more information, call United Healthcare at 1-800-753-4167 or log on to www.uhcmedicareplans.com. Next, ready for your encore? But first, magazine editor Sarah Josepha Hale campaigned constantly for the Thanksgiving holiday to be held. And in 1863, Abe Lincoln honored her efforts. But Sarah is known for more than our country's taste for turkey. Can you be a lamb and identify the children's poem she produced? We'll reveal the rhyme she wrote when we return.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
After 3 determined decades of demands, magazine editor Sarah Josepha Hale persuaded President Lincoln to proclaim Thanksgiving a holiday. But prior to that proclamation, she was nationally known for writing a still-read nursery rhyme, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Throughout this year, we focused on your third act of life. In your first act, you grew up. In your second act, you probably got married, got a job, and you had children. Now you're ready for the opening of your Act 3. Need some direction to make this act a hit? There's an organization that can help you with your Encore Act by helping you help others. Bob Eckhart is here to explain. Bob is the Executive Vice President of the Cleveland Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
So what is the Cleveland Foundation?
Well, the Cleveland Foundation is like a community savings account that Clevelanders contribute to, and we use the earnings on it to support great causes in Cleveland.
All right, so it sounds like it's doing good. How long has the Cleveland Foundation been in existence?
Well, we just entered our 101st year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
So you fund lots of projects and you help out the Cleveland area. One of the projects or initiatives is called Encore Cleveland.
Correct.
So seniors have a role in this. So tell us about the program.
Sure. Well, you know, you can think of the large and growing number of seniors as a problem or an opportunity. We see it as an opportunity. People have time and talent and experience, and the community can benefit from that. So we want to connect those two together.
Okay, people who are looking for some help and people who are offering to give it, and you bring those two together. So, and do you provide money for the program? I mean, how
Sure,
is it funded?
The Cleveland Foundation funds about 8 or 9 different organizations who are reaching out and engaging seniors to solve community problems. Some cases, they're teaching literacy in the Cleveland schools, or they're helping other seniors who have chronic conditions. So there's a whole range of things that people are doing in the community as part of Encore.
Okay, so there's lots of opportunities, some money behind it backed by the Cleveland Foundation. There's some new initiative, something to do with BVU. So what's BVU and what is that?
Well, BVU's an organization that's working with us in a couple of ways. They're identifying volunteer opportunities for seniors, and they've also been a partner with us in our Encore Prize that we did this year. Okay,
Encore Prize. So what's that all about?
Well, we decided to give 2 Encore Prizes, one to an agency to really show an agency that has been highly creative in the use of senior talent.
Okay.
And another to an individual who used his or her Encore period to really work on an important social issue. Both were prizes of $25,000, so that's pretty nice.
Well, that's really worth it, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So if someone is interested in getting involved or learning more about the Encore program, on either side, I guess, looking for the help or offering to give it, how do they get involved?
Well, the information's on the Cleveland Foundation website, so clevelandfoundation.org/encore. is one way to really find out about it. But you can also email us at the foundation, and we'll return the email and give you some examples of how you can use your Encore career to make a difference.
All right, and that's great. Cleveland needs that, right?
It does. We really can't afford.
We're building now. We don't want to stop.
Right. We can't afford to pass on any time, talent, and energy.
That's true. So as you enter your Act 3, involvement is important. And Encore Cleveland is asking you to take the stage to help others while you're helping yourself. To learn more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Bob Eckhart for joining us on our stage today.
Glad to be here.
To find out more, call the Cleveland Foundation's Encore Cleveland program at 216-370-4617 or click to www.clevelandfoundation.org/encore. Next, thank goodness there's still time. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Want to blend house building and baking? Then join a gingerbread house class at Western Reserve School of Cooking at CCLK. Held November 29th and December 5th, each class will roll out the dough and details of creatively cutting and constructing your homemade house that's good enough to eat. Hungry for more information? Call 330-696-7709 or log on to www.wrsoc.com.
Have you looked at your calendar? There are only 6 weeks left in 2015. But on this Sunday before Thanksgiving, we're thankful that there's still enough time to create a beautiful smile to greet the new year. Dentist Steve Marsh is here with ways to begin to grin again before we turn the page to 2016.
That was a great introduction. Thanks, Lori.
Well, the clock is ticking, but you have timely ways to kind of restyle our look, right?
Yeah, we do. And one of the reasons we do it is towards the end of the year, whether it's because somebody has insurance they haven't used or they just decided, you know, if there's a time to do it, let's do it now. So we have a lot of people come in at the end of the year, and sometimes it takes a little time, sometimes 6 weeks, whatever. So this is a perfect time to get started. And we thought we'd start with something easy.
A quickie, easy one, right?
Quick, easy whitening, because there's a lot of holiday parties. So this is how we do whitening in our office. This is Zoom whitening. You hear about it a lot. It takes about an hour and a half. That patient is sitting watching TV. Maybe an old golden opportunity segment, not old, but former one or earlier one. And literally in an hour and a half, you can really change the teeth quite a bit. It works better as you're younger. As you get older, it'll brighten them. It doesn't get them as white as we'd like. And then after the whitening, we usually have them maintain that color, and the way you do it is with whitening trays and some gel. So we do that, and the patient will wear it for a half hour every month. If people lighten their hair or do their nails, it's a good time to do it.
Oh, that's a good reminder. Yeah. So another time-easy way to do things is bonding.
Yeah, so sometimes people come in because they've chipped a tooth, they've broken a tooth, they don't like the color of a tooth. This is sort of interesting. A patient of mine was actually in London, was coming down some marble stairs and actually lost her footing, came and fractured that tooth. And the question was, how do we restore it? She actually saw a friend of mine who's a dentist in London. He put something temporarily on it. She came back home. This was in one appointment. It took us about 30 minutes to get the shade right. We did some reshaping. She had some whitening previously, and we were able to add that on. And Lori, this is a case that you don't necessarily have to go to a crown or a veneer. This was done with hand bonding, and it's worked beautifully.
It's amazing.
So we're talking about time as being of the essence. So this is a young lady whose sister was getting married, and she didn't like the way her lower teeth looked. She also didn't like the way her upper teeth looked. So in one appointment, it took about 2 hours. You can see if the lower teeth before and after. Isn't that an amazing result? That's just by reshaping, no orthodontics involved. So we did that first to get that alignment correct. And then in the upper arch, we did some gum contouring. We do that now with a laser. It's instant, boom, boom, no problems, and got her that beautiful result with bonding.
Wow. Veneers are another alternative. Can that be done within the 6 weeks here we're talking about?
So it usually is a 2-week turnaround between the time we start and the time we plan it. Here's a patient who came to me. This was last year before the end of the year. She didn't like the way her teeth stood out. She didn't like the way they had moved as she had gotten older. This is somebody who was in her early 50s, didn't like the color, and so this was all with veneers. The lowers, we did a little reshaping, not much, In the upper, we reshaped the teeth, did porcelain veneers. She had about a 2-week turnaround time. We can sometimes do it less if we need to, but we had the option. And this was somebody else who actually had a health savings account. And before the end of the year, she said, I have hated my teeth my whole life. I knew what you did on my daughter. Let's do it. These are porcelain veneers. We went wide on it. She had always wanted them whiter to give her that bright smile in her early 70s.
Is money a factor as well?
It's always a factor. I mentioned health savings. I mentioned insurance. If you don't use either of those, you lose it. So whether you have insurance to use up or a health savings account, the end of the year is a wonderful time to come in and see if you can utilize your finances and get the dental work done that you've always wanted.
That's excellent. Thankfully, time is still on your side. If you want to say Happy New Year with a stunning smile, but you don't want to wait, you can do some restyling of your smile before the end of the year. Give Steve a call. His number is coming up next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, here's to your health. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on Golden Opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carvin from Breakout Fitness. Today we're here to show you how to do an exercise band abduction. This is going to work the muscles in the outer thighs. These muscles are very important because not only do they help us get around and move, but should we stumble, those are the muscles that are going to help catch us. You ready to go?
Yeah, and this is necessary.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to grab the band here. We're going to stand in the center of the band with our feet together. We want to make sure we're standing nice and tall. Let our hands hang to the side, and we're simply going to open wide and take one step to the side and then bring the feet together. Okay, so one big step, bring them together. Now let's go back the other way a couple steps, switch, bring them together. Now it's important to control the movement. Okay, you want to make sure you use slow and controlled movements. Don't let your legs bang together. How you feeling?
Feels pretty good.
Good? You got stronger legs already, huh?
Yes, I do.
All right, everybody, 12 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
Once upon a time, there was a woman who was overweight, in pain, depressed, and simply waiting for death to come. But wait, the story does have a happy ending, and it's true. Denise Dalton is the author of Reverse the Ruin, along with Angela Majorly, a registered dietitian with Metro Health, and they're both here to tell this truly triumphant tale. So we welcome you to the show.
Larry.
So Denise, your life was pretty bleak, it sounds like.
Yes,
you were depressed and overweight, but now you're happy, healthy. You know, what was the catalyst that started you on this weight loss and health kick to get better?
Oh yeah, I had to be down at the bottom of my pit. I was in a lot of pain, and when I couldn't take it anymore, I called my doctor and I said, I'm ready to do something because I can't live the rest of my life in this much pain that I never had before. And so he sent me to Angela.
Okay.
And Angela, I mean, my brain is not wired for bossy or preachy. So Angela was a breath of fresh air because talking to her was like just talking to your friend, having just a conversation while you're getting to know each other. And, you know, I needed that at that time.
Okay, she was working with you, not telling you what to do.
Right, exactly.
So that sounds better.
Exactly.
So how did you begin your work with Denise?
So I approached Denise the same way I approach all of my patients. I try to get a really good history. And that's not just a diet history and a medical history, but really kind of get to understand their routine, kind of understand what goes on in their day. Is there a pattern of some sort? And then I play investigator and look for traps, look for possible spots in the day that might be more troublesome, maybe where there's little activity or excess caloric intake. And for Denise, it happened to be in the afternoon. So after lunch, she would sit down and watch her favorite television shows. And it seemed to be like a long period of time where she was just inactive, but snacking, and she'd already had lunch.
And you're not even paying attention when you're watching the television.
Right, exactly.
So what did you do?
So I recommended that we break that cycle. We try to break that cycle a little bit, and I suggested that she go for a short walk right after lunch. And then when she returned, she could sit down and watch her television programs. So with that, we took away the amount of time that she was being seated, and snacking, but also included physical activity and got her moving.
So that was it? Take a walk?
That was the start. That was the start. So it started with a short walk, and she kept walking. She did great with it, and actually we even did a 5K together. Exercise and physical activity does so much more for us than just to help us lose weight. It really helps your mood. It improves your mood, helps you feel good, and that's something that's so important. We all need that. So she set some great challenges for herself. 70 pounds later, she's pain-free and with a lot more energy and not isolated any longer, which is what she really was.
And part of your journey, you kept a journal, right?
Yes.
As a part of all of this. So what did you do with those journal entries now?
Well, I have them saved, so I can look at them
now, huh?
Right, right. And some of the journals are in there. I couldn't put them all in because it was, I think, 2 months of journaling.
Oh, okay.
And since I like writing, I wanted to use it. I thought great to use it as my therapy of trying to get through this next program that I didn't know if it was going to work or not. It hasn't been the first one I've been on, but the longest.
Probably help others realize they can do it too.
Absolutely,
Yes.
That's so important because she was very realistic in her goal setting, which was important. And the other part is journaling really keeps you accountable to yourself, and that was an important part of her success.
So where can we get it?
On Amazon.com,
okay.
And B. Dalton's website as well. I don't believe it's in the store, but it is on the website. And people can call me at the Old Brooklyn campus at 216-957-3327.
All right, we got that information up on the screen for everybody, so that hopefully people are going to go out there and maybe you will be on the bestseller list sometime soon.
That'd be nice. That would be nice.
So, down-home honesty, incredible effort from eating and exercise advice. All of these things you're going to find in the book and more in Reverse the Ruin by Denise Dalton and Angela Majorly. You'll be inspired, you'll be entertained, and you might just be motivated to start your own tale of triumph. My thanks to Denise and Angela for joining us today.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit their website, www.metrohealth.org. Next, Medicaid Matters.
Here at Metro Health, you know you matter when it matters most. Here, we are the city's best at preparing for the world's worst. Here, we are the only verified burn center in Ohio for adults and children. Here, you'll find exceptional clinicians with extraordinary hearts. So the work we do here at Metro Health makes an impact here, out here, and right here. Metro Health, we're here for you, for all of you.
We've talked a lot on the show about how to protect assets and still pay for long-term care costs using the Medicaid program. But what if all the work to obtain benefits, the caseworker denies the eligibility? Is that the end? Is there anything you can do? Here to give us hope and important information on what to do is my very important law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hello, Lori.
So, you've applied for Medicaid, you've satisfied all the requirements, but you get denied anyway.
Well, don't panic. Just, do the next step. Plan your next step from there.
Okay, so it seems like you should panic, though. I mean, the government just said no to the only way you can really afford the nursing home.
Well, remember, the caseworkers, first of all, they have a large caseload. They're working quickly. Sometimes they just make mistakes. They don't understand the issues, and then they deny you.
So, if you're denied, they can just get away with that?
Well, no. Fortunately, there are a lot of administrative protections. So if they deny you, the first thing you ought to do is contact the caseworker, the applicant or who's ever represented them. Contact them, see if you can work it out. And if you're not happy with that, then ask to speak to the supervisor and see if you can work it out informally.
What if that doesn't work?
Well, then the next step is, if that doesn't work, you can ask for a county hearing. And that's a more formal process with the same people again, the person who denied you and the supervisor, and you try to explain your positions and see what happens.
Try to work it out.
Right. So. Now, normally, in most situations, that may be denied. Then you have to think about the next step.
Oh, and the next step is?
The next step is you then file for a state hearing. And that's it's not as formal as it sounds, but it's a more formal process. You have a state hearing officer, the caseworker's there, you're there, you explain your position, the caseworker explains their position, and a decision is going to be made within 90 days from there.
Okay, so it's not horrible to go through it, but you have to go through that. So you've been through talking and county conference and state hearing. What if it still hasn't been approved?
Well, if you haven't won at that point, then you ask for an administrative appeal with the Ohio Job and Family Services, and you go there and you make your case, and they'll hopefully give you an answer within 15 days, one way or the other.
It gets a little bit shorter and shorter time periods, huh? Okay, so you've been through all of these levels of appeal. What if you still aren't happy with the outcome?
Well, then your last resort is to go to court. You can go to state court or federal court.
Okay, so you have to go to court. Now that sounds a lot more complicated than even what we've talked about. You said not to panic. Is this the panic time?
Yeah, this is panic time. Make sure at that point, don't try to do it yourself. At that point, if you're going to go to court, you're going to need an attorney. But more importantly, I suggest way back at the beginning, before you even file the application, sit down with an attorney who knows this area of the law and can design the application, make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed before you apply, and before you start going through all these denials. Then hopefully they can short circuit that, or even if you are denied, hopefully they'll be able to figure out a way around the system.
All right, sounds like good advice. So all is not lost, right?
All is not lost, that's
all right. So if you tried to apply for Medicaid and were denied, it's not over. You can appeal. But you really should start by working with a certified elder law attorney to try to avoid the denial in the first place. Medicaid is a government welfare program. It really should be easy to apply for, but unfortunately it's not. For more information or help with your Medicaid planning, call Mike. The number is next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, it's your health, so have a heart. We'll provide help so your beat goes on. Then you can't take it with you, so why not leave a tax payment behind as well? We'll find out if that pays off. Medicare open enrollment is almost over. We have encouragement and advice to make sure you don't miss the deadline. Plus, seeing gardens through the eyes of artists. We'll peek at paintings from an exquisite exhibit. And you're a giver, and that's good, as long as the charity isn't cheating you. We'll share warning signs that you should make you wary. Until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.